Hi, good morning. Alex here with Lucid Group live. Today you are seeing the share price plunging significantly since my most recent intervention at $58. Um, I'm going to tell you here one thing that I consider critical, and I'm trying to help you, okay? If you don't know who I am, I invite you to investigate before you lose everything. Gambling in the markets. What you are seeing here, it is fully automated since IPO. The same about basically any other investment process. If you have questions about this, I invite you to go through over 65,000 case studies. In the case of Rivian, and I have here some comments to share with you, which I consider important, and you find them on onboarding in the app. I gave a price target on Rivian $180. I didn't say that the stock it was worth $200 or $250. I said $180. So the stock on IPO, what the stock did, it was to soar to $179.46. If you expected to see $200 next day, well, today you have 122. The reason you have 122 today, as I speak, in the case of Lucid Motors, you have it here, autonomous AI RPA automation. For those that they are unfamiliar with this concept, this technology, this is the number one, the future of tech, okay? So I invite you to visit Intuitive Code website or Autonomous website to learn about what is coming and why 99% of people, they lose money in the markets. If not today, you lose tomorrow. You don't have any chance whatsoever. And by utilizing artificial intelligence, in particular robots, RPA automation, the odds are precisely the opposite. You have a probability of making exorbitant profits in a very short-term time frame. Just look at what is happening since I announced the top in Rocco, a company that I invited everyone to invest since IPO at $19. But in 2021, I abandoned the process for $189, referring to it, not comprehending, in fact, the value of investing in Rocco. So today you have Rocco at $235. And that is not a crash, it's just a correction that is perfectly normal. If you are shocked, you have not seen anything yet. Anyway, this to tell you that for those that they don't have access to robots, I strongly recommend, in the case of high volatile stocks, and you have here a brief list, the case of GameStop, Dweck, Robinhood, AMC, Lucid Motors, this one here in particular. I strongly recommend live streaming, because by having access to live streaming, you have comments in real time. But if you don't have live streaming, you also have them on Nextcloud, expert support. Do you understand? So you don't need necessarily live streaming, but live streaming is the perfect vehicle to address the volatility of these stocks because, for example, pre-market today, I left instructions, yesterday the same, and demonstrating 100% accuracy on a daily basis, okay? This is very important for you to comprehend again, because my role is to share or to communicate what is very complex behind the scenes, this stuff about algorithms, to make it very simple, explain it visually with very simple lines, addressing pivots and so on, okay? So congratulations for those that they listen, they follow the instructions, and by pressing a button, you see that it is impossible to lose money on the contrary while everyone else fails. So this is the future. I've been talking about this since 1989, and since then the technology evolved significantly. As of today, what is possible to do, it is completely different compared to the past. For example, you could see in 2021, I already addressed this matter in real time, in fact 100% free on Twitter, on YouTube. A former bankrupt company called Hertz, going from 50 cents all the way up to 45, or the case of Avis, from single digits to $445. So the markets, although you might think that the markets are extraordinarily dangerous, and they are for those that they don't have access to this technology. If you don't have access to the technology, if you are not a subscriber, my recommendation is that you get out of the markets. Okay, that is my recommendation as a professional, because you don't have any chance whatsoever. All right, and I could go here, talking for 2 hours, referring to hundreds of examples, including today what you are seeing. Again, every single day the crash of Pelacton, or the famous one Zillow Group that we downgraded to Zhang, and so on and so on. So if you wish then to learn, if you wish to evolve, in that case, you have a solution, because I've been here since 1989 with solutions for all this complexity. It happens that this complexity increased dramatically since 2020, mainly due to continuous interventions of the Federal Reserve, but we easily solved that matter because, as I addressed before, we have algorithms, and by adjusting those algorithms that I have, for example, for very specific cases as the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tesla, even the what you might think, which is not the recent one, Shiba Inu, all these addressed without any sort of problems. Nevertheless, it is important that you comprehend, and I'm trying to help you, honestly, that if you continue relying on your own judgment in the markets, you end up losing everything, because that is precisely what is happening to everyone, or most of people, that they don't have access to this technology. I see when I look at them and people that they call in, that they lost everything on Pelacton, they lost everything on Rocco, Zillow Group, C3AI, because they were told to buy these stocks a long time ago. They crashed. My friends, but like I said, we have been here since 1989 with solutions. So the technology evolved. Today, the markets are more complex, and by having a higher level of complexity, it requires even further technology. My role, it has been to simplify all this stuff, trying to explain it, rather than to demonstrate, which has never been my goal, 100% accuracy. It has been to explain this stuff and trying to help everyone to profit from until a point that we consider where it then is, time to get out, to reverse to the short side, as the case of Rocco, and then to bet on the crash, the collapse. And this can last for many years, as I announced in the case of XL Fleet, naming it the stock, the best selling short opportunity 2021, which today you have, as I speak, at $4.75. This is very important that you look at this, because we made all these calls, and people, they didn't believe. I'm not saying my customers that they are already know me and everyone else. I'm referring to this. You see, my friends, you just go to the 100 videos on YouTube talking about this. uh, Quite frankly, I do not comprehend why people today, in the past, in the future, they continue fighting technology, okay? Or as artificial intelligence evolves, it will not give you any chance whatsoever to profit from. So you have basically two options: or you get out of the markets and you continue working for your boss, or you find a job, whatever, or you adopt technology to invest in the markets because there is no other solution. Okay, this is simple. All right. So if you don't believe, my friends, no problems whatsoever. Continue following your own judgment. You have been always free to make your own decisions. And by doing so, you also assume the consequence. Because one thing it is certain, I never been here trying to sell anything or the future, or that I know absolutely everything, because that has never been the case. My role, it has been to utilize technology to decipher the markets, and addressing this mathematically, explaining it, okay? Visually, simple, easy to use, without any sort of complexity. And therefore, you listen from myself many times that you just have to click a button, because I proved thousands and thousands of times, regardless of market conditions, that has been precisely the case. If you wish to learn about where all this is coming from, the technology itself, the foundations, the pillars, um, well, you have the course, The Foundation, where I explain the foundation, okay, which is a wonderful course, probably one of the best that I published. Very easy to, and you don't have to learn anything about the markets. But then the technical details, uh, for example, about robots and so on, that I'm afraid I cannot, for obvious reasons, explain, other than to make some demos about robots. In that case, yes, and you are invited to watch them. Okay. So congratulations to everyone, because you have endless opportunities to invest in the markets, to learn, to change your future, to do something, not only for you, for your family. And my friends, it is up unto you to make that, decision